Hello there, Carla here from Documenting the Journey. I am going to be going through a quick flip of my ring setup. I am using an A5 Moterm ring. This is in taupe, and I did get it pre-loved, so I did order it from somebody else who was no longer using it. And I basically have everything set up already. I actually did this setup when I was extremely sick. I don't know if you can tell, but my voice is still a little bit off, but I've been wanting to share this for quite a while. So I'm just gonna do a flip through of what I've already done. Over here in my side pockets, I have the month tabs from the MakseLife Daily. And then I have some tab sticky notes that I ordered from Jet Pens. And so I've got those over here because I use those a lot when I'm doing like pre-planning and stuff like that too. So I have the top tab cloth and paper dividers, and I have 4 top tabs here. So I've got my MakseLife Daily in here already, and I've been utilizing it since the beginning of November. With the MakseLife Daily, it is only 3 months per pack because it's a monthly view, a daily view, and a weekly overview. And so you can only usually do 3 months. There are in the back of the MakseLife Daily, there are 9 pages that you can use for future planning. I actually set up a different one when I had the coil, and I'll show you I actually uncoiled it and put some stuff in here already. But I did utilize this prior to when I had the coil, but since I decided to go to a ring bound, I also decided that I could have an entire year's worth of calendar in here as well. And so these are the sticky tabs from the Coffee Monsters Co. This is just a little printable dashboard that I printed off from MariaPlans. And then I have a printable that I downloaded from SimpleAndTrendyCo. And I downloaded the undated month on 2 page. I actually really like the grid. I need lines when I write, and I was using the monthly view from the MakseLife, and I like it, but I write really crooked. And so I found the grid. I actually had this from several years ago or a year ago. I don't even know when I was in rings then as well. But I basically printed off all 12 months of the undated, and I have all of 2022 right up here in the front, and I've got all of these tabs that I can use to quickly reference each month as well. And then after that, I go into another dashboard from MariaPlans, and this is just printed on the hammer mill paper that I got from Amazon. I can't remember. I feel like it was 32 pound. I don't know. I'd have to look, and I'll link it down below as well. And then it goes straight into the MakseLife Daily. So I took out all of the goal pages, all of the instructional stuff in the beginning, and I chose not to add that in. I am going to be using these instead of having them in annual goals. I'm going to set goals every quarter, so I have not filled those out yet. And then this is from the insert pack. You can tell because I punched it myself, and I already rounded the corners as well. And I did not do a vision board for these next couple of months either. And then here's where I took everything from the coil when I started in the coil on November 1st. So I have my monthly view here because everything in the front, all of these months are 2022. So I don't have November or December yet. So I've got my monthly view here, and then I have my monthly goals. Again, this is from the coil, and that's the month goals of November. And then you go into your weekly actions, and then your weekly overview, and then you have 7 daily pages. And I'm not going to flip through every single one of these, but all of this is from the coil. And then this is when I got my inserts that I rounded my corners and punched on my own. So this is the week of November 22nd to 28th. This is the week that we're in right now. And so this is my weekly view. I just took a cloth and paper A5 insert. I don't know what these are called. These were gifted to me, so I don't know what these are called. But I basically put all of my weekly tasks, my kids' school schedule, and our menu for the week. And then I've got my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Obviously, I need to change this because it's not Wednesday anymore. Thursday, Friday, and I actually don't plan on the weekends. And so here at the very beginning, I tried to do some weekend planning, but as you can see, it's really just kind of a to-do list. And then I don't have a time schedule or anything. And so I decided for this week, I was gonna take the Saturday, Sunday out, and then I was just gonna use a note page. This is a printable that I purchased from SMPlans, and I just did a note page of just a weekend kind of to-do list. I'm gonna plan for this next week here as well, and I think I'm actually going to use my reflections page, because if you take out one full page, you'll have your 5 days, and then I'll use my reflections page just for a weekend list, and then my reflections will be down here, and that way I don't have to use a two-sided note page for a weekend when I didn't want two separate pages on a weekend anyway. So I've already started my weekly actions for this next coming week. And then here's my weekly overview. And then I will have, again, this is 7 days, but I'm going to take out, let me check, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, okay, so I'm gonna take out this one and set this aside. And that way I will have my weekly overview Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And it looks like since this is the end of the month, I don't get that reflections page. And so my reflections page for this week I'm about to plan is actually in the next month's tab right here. And these are the weekly actions for the week following. So I think what I'll do is I think I will use another one of my SMPlans note pages for my planning for this week. But so these are all of my daily pages. And then you come to the very end, and then I have a tab here for contacts. I'm obviously not going to show it because it's got people's personal information on it, but basically all of my planner friends that I have, I keep their addresses in here. I don't store them in my phone, but that way if I ever have excess of something or a bunch of stickers or I'm destashing washi, I'll just send it to my planner friends. And so I've got a contacts tab in here. And then I have some additional note grid, dot grid pages from my MakseLife daily inserts. I've got some floral printed note pages from SMPlans. I have a tab here for Happy Meal that I've already sent. Again, personal information, not going to share that. So this is kind of like my notes section. And then I also have some blank paper. This is paper that I actually got off of Amazon. It's 100 GSM. It's blank. It comes pre-punched, but I can use this to print, and that's actually what I used to print my SMPlans floral note pages. The corners don't come rounded. I rounded the corners myself. But so this is just some additional blank note pages. I usually use it for pen testing, or if I'm ever out and about with my kids, I've got some blank pages that they can kind of draw and doodle on as well. Okay, and then I have an empty tab. I don't know what to put in this tab yet, which is totally fine. And then this is actually the clear protective cover that came with the inserts for the MakseLife daily. And I don't remember if, oh, my other one is actually in here because I don't like really soft covered planners. And so I put that in there for a little bit of extra stability. And so here's my extra note page that I pulled out. I'm just gonna kind of collect it in here. Here's my additional pages for my weekly lists. I'll pull one of those out. And I don't know if I'm gonna use those stickers, but I'll keep those out too, just in case. All right, so let's put these bad boys back. Okay, let's go to the week that I am going to plan. And I can actually take all of these pages out, which is so nice and convenient, and I can plan on them without them being in my binder. I need my pen. All right. So I actually do need this because I need to refer to my monthly view for this week here. Okay. All right, so I usually, let's see what I want to do. I usually divide this into 3 columns. let me show you real quick. So in the past several weeks, I did exactly what I do in my Hobonichi Weeks, is I divide it into 3 columns, and I do my time sensitive, my day specific, and then I might go back to this weekly kind of tasks, and then menu and kids school down there. I did use one of those cloth and paper inserts, and I don't really need a double-sided insert type thing for weekly to-dos. And I kind of miss having it on that page because it's just one extra page that I don't really need. And so I think I'm gonna get a pencil and I'm gonna divide these columns up like I did here. I think that's what I'm gonna do this week. Let me do that. So when I do this, this is a little ruler that I found out from Hannah over at HandCamPlan. She uses these to draw a bunch of really cool stuff in her planners, and it's like, I don't know, $1 or $2 on Amazon. So I snagged one because again, it's a grid. I like the lines. So the way I do mine is I'll use this middle line to draw a vertical line, and everything on the left will be my time sensitive stuff. And then everything on the middle will be my day sensitive, and then I will basically use the full width of the ruler here. And then I can put my weekly to-dos, my menu, and my kids' school schedule down here as well. Okay, so I've got my week planned out, and I did not do my weekend because I just don't usually keep a time schedule on the weekend. I do have a couple of things to do on the weekend. However, it's such little things I can easily just refer to my weekly overview, which is kind of nice to have. And then I've got everything set. Everything's ready to go. So I have my weekly overview. I have my Monday, my Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday. And then at the end, I will do my monthly reflections. I still have not done my December goals yet. I'm gonna actually do that this weekend. Today is Friday, so I'll do my goals tomorrow. But I do already have my December kind of mapped out, which is also kind of nice. And then I will go ahead and plan out throughout my entire week. And then usually what I do, I'll just show you what I did this past week. But once my week is done, I'll usually just kind of go back and just check everything to make sure that I've migrated everything correctly. Like these particular things I didn't do, so I had to move them to the next day. And so I'll just check everything here to see if I need to add anything to my list that I need to do this coming week. And so there's a couple of things on here already that I have not done, but I still have 2 days left to finish them. And so if I don't mark them off here, I'll just migrate them to my next week. But I usually go back and I kind of go through, and then if I feel up to it, I'll actually add just a little bit of decoration, which I kind of did do this week. I added some washi, a couple of little stickers here, a lot of stickers yesterday for Thanksgiving. And then again, this is today. And then I have my weekend. These will be my weekly reflections going into this next week. And then I'll put my weekly actions here. And so this is kind of like, I don't know, this is a wonky kind of thing that I ended up doing this week. But I think I'm actually not even going to do this for this coming week, just because if I do anything, I'll just do it on one of these, because it's really just a long to-do list for my weekend. So I might just kind of skip this altogether. I was thinking about it as I was planning everything out. But so some of my weekly actions I did for work already, but I have not done any of them for the rest of my area of life. And then I've got everything laid out for next week, and it makes me feel pretty good kind of getting that done before the weekend. But let's see, what else? Is there anything else? I don't think there's anything else. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to give me a buzz. You can find me over on Instagram at Documenting the Journey. You can go ahead and leave comments down below as well. And then I will pop back hopefully next week to show you my plan for the week after, like another plan with me. And then if I do any decorations, I'll go ahead and flip through this week that I'm doing here as well. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I truly appreciate it. And again, if you have any questions, just to let me know. Thank you. Have a good one.